Testing 1 2. Okay, there we go. You guys can hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I don't know why some of these settings always change. Alright, okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, my friends. Welcome to today's ad-free live stream. We are about 4 minutes behind. My name's Tyler. I'm going to be helping navigate you through this day of day trading futures. Now, during these live streams, I'm going to be breaking down live price action, sharing my daily trading bias, and sharing real-time trades to give you a front row seat to all of the action. No fluff, just the good stuff. If you're watching this after the stream, you can jump right down to the key moments of the chapter markers below. You'll find all the trades that I've taken along with detailed explanation, explaining what I was thinking and why. Yesterday we had a good one. We had about a 50 handle move that actually ran. And then also, for those of you that are looking to take your next step in your trading journey, I got an 80% discount code. The code is DTJ to get 80% off your next Apex evaluation. You can find the codes and the links down in the description. Let's go ahead and pray, and let's get rocking and rolling. Father, we honor you this morning. I honor you, Father, in this stream. And Lord, we just choose to receive from you what you have for us this morning. Father, we just reject greed, selfish ambition, lust for more. And Father, we just open our hands to receive what you have for us. Thank you that you've given us the ability to produce wealth. And today, we have the eyes to see what the market is showing us. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if my son messed with anything. There could be some issues there. And I can't really hear it unless I put my headphones on. Let's see. Okay, so we got Mike there. Yeah, Vega, the 930 model, that's inside... I share that model inside the Purpose Driven Trader Academy. That model, and I'm still, to be honest, I'm testing it out. Today, I'm going to be testing it on the copy trader. I'm only going to be doing a single micro just to make sure it copies correctly and there's no issues with it. So I won't be giving too much on that right now, because I do have that built out. Eventually I'll share it, but it's just not for right now. We hit this data low right here. Data low is ran, and we hit the order block sitting right here on the 5 minute. You can see order block, which also turns out to be a breaker, a low, high, lower, low breaker. I'll also drop a line on the body of the daily. I think that might be significant as well. So that's still a ways away for the body. No, body would be sitting right there. We just haven't moved far enough. I have all my levels marked out already. I have our new day opening gap. I have our midnight open. We have our opening range gap sitting right here, and we are going to be opening in 7 minutes. I don't know what I think, if I'm honest. I'm not sure. We've had such an expansion lower on the daily. We have on the weekly, we got a giant candle here. There is the possibility of the TGIF where we get a 20% retracement. So there's that as a possibility. We're inside this daily fair value gap here. and overlapping with a daily breaker. So, I mean, as far as a morning perspective goes, I think we could get some type of retracement. I would like to see us run to these data highs sitting here. We could use that as a potential level. I don't think we're going to get back up to midnight open, to be honest. If we can push towards these levels, that's what I would like to see. Yeah, I mean it's one giant market maker sell model for sure. But I mean we've seen almost on the daily, we've seen no reprieve. We have a lower opening range gap from the 6th down here. I guess that's a possibility. I mean there's a lot of question marks that I have going into today. I think I just need more details to see. Yeah, so here's that opening range gap from the 6th. I don't see why we can't drag that over just as reference. The midpoint is at the new week opening gap from October 28th. Hours closed well through. We'll close that. Just cleaning up my chart a little bit here. Got levels on here that just don't need to be. Morning, Alkai. ERP, good morning. Tony, Judas, Ted, Vega, Sandra, Pete, Greg, Richard, Guttenberg, Viking, good morning. And Konasan, if I said your name correctly, welcome. Let's go ahead and let's hit 20 likes, and then that will give us thumbs up for on-screen trade. Got 3 minutes. We got a large opening range gap here, folks. So, I mean, this is an order block. This is the order block from the body of the daily. A daily order block. That's the close price. Why isn't it on there? That is the opening price of that daily order block. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see us move up after a large sell-off this morning. I have to take this call here shortly. Okay. Looks like it worked. All right. Now that I got that out of the way, let's go ahead. Open R. Okay, I'm going to have to... I have a plumbing issue, folks. I got to give this company a call so they can come out and deal with my plumbing. I'm sorry. I want to see prices move higher right here. Hi, this is Tyler. I missed you guys' call. I believe I left a message. Yes. I don't know what you mean by what kind of sink. Kitchen sink. Yeah. That'd be great. At noon it would, 3 it would not. So we might not be able to, unless you have something this morning. That would be much better, yeah. Yes, it would. Sounds good. All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Sorry about that, folks. Bullish divergence on ES. It's evening in Kenya, Patrick. Welcome to, yes, the morning, the New York Open morning. Have you done your 930 model already? Yes, I did, and it did work. And today was the first day I copied it. I went only with one micro contract today, just to make sure that it copied and everything worked correctly, and so far so good. I think I'm going to do it a couple times on when I copy it, just very, very small amounts, just to make sure that everything is passed along all the copied accounts, because I'm just a little leery on it copying over. But so far so good. The numbers, what were my numbers? I was just looking at them. So those are my these are my running numbers right now. Where are they at? Let me see. Share screen. So this is the data on it so far. 5 point for my targets. It's 42 or 82%, 18% loss, then 64%, and then a 30%. So a 64% win rate for that. So I'm liking it so far. I'm going to keep on adding the data. And then I'm doing another on those breakers that we were touching on yesterday. I decided to start doing a lot of back testing on that. So we're back testing on that. Yesterday was insane. It had 5 winning trades with the criteria that I put on that. I'm just like, that's crazy. Yeah, 5 winning trades, and what was it? Let's see. One, two. Yeah, so it would have been 60 handles of wins. If you would have done 2 contracts targeting 20 handles, it would have been 160 points that you would have won. From just yesterday. It was ridiculous, to be honest. I know that's uncommon, so that's why one day of testing is not enough. You got to go back and you got to test back. I want to get about 100 data points so I can get a good number. Okay, so the way we're looking right now, we have our first fair value gap showing up right here. I just don't know what our downside target is. I don't know what my downside key level is. What do I mean by that? If I'm going to look for a bullish move, I need to hit a key level. If we don't hit a key level that's obvious to me, then it's more like, okay, we're probably going to still go lower. But even on the 15-minute, if I'm looking for a 15-minute level, we got this level right here. What is that? That's 11 a.m., 9:45. This is the opening low. We got a couple different options that are down here. And the midpoint of this fair value gap is sitting right here. So I kind of like this one. I'm going to mark that. This level right here. This blue line's a 15-minute sell side liquidity. We could go lower, but this is, I like this one, how it's around the midpoint of the daily fair value gap. But we're having a big sell-off here from all-time highs. So, yeah, it's gone through the breaker at this point. The daily breaker is right here. It's honestly, it could still bounce. It could still. I mean, we're looking at it. We're looking at the daily time frame. So if you want to treat this as a daily breaker, we have to wait till the close of this candle. But we were looking at, do we find support there initially? That's kind of what I was looking at. If we go down to the 4 hour, do we got anything on the 4 hour here? We got a 4 hour order block sitting right there, right at the opening range gap from the 6th. So we got an order block sitting right there in that swing low on the 6th. I think it's safer to target shorts at this point until we see an obvious key level, and I just don't see that obvious level. So if we don't have an obvious level, I'm going to look for shorts again. So the only way I'm interested in getting in something is if we do something like that, where it gives us some type of inversion, or another option would be if we create something like this and then run lower, giving us a breaker right there. That would be an option, but I'm not just going to keep playing lower. It's just too much risk. I've had a phenomenal week. We've been green all week, and the last thing I want to do is end on a Friday on a loss. That's not attractive. New day opening gap from the 6th, sitting at 20,520. Do I have that on here? 20,525. I have a new week opening gap from the 28th sitting right there. Yeah, there's this. If you look at the 5-minute, I got rid of all of the new days. Anything that was for the new day opening gaps, anything over a week, I got rid of, and anything from September, I got rid of on the new week opening gap. But look at these clusters of new week opening gaps. This is a nice area, and then if you look at this cluster of new week opening gaps on the daily as well, look where they overlap with. They overlap with this volume imbalance, which we could find support in that area. So that's attractive, that's obvious, but then we also have this volume imbalance sitting way down here as well. There's a lot of different options here. Unfilled regular trading gap starting at 20,640 or 684. Yeah, that's one's right here. That's this yellow box. That's the unfilled one. So if we get a push higher, I'm not looking to take a long. I mean, this is not a bad long if it's aggressive with your stop or with your target being that swing high. But I mean, it doesn't look, it's 20 handles. That's not bad. If there's a lot of aggression, that might be an option, moving your stop to break even prematurely, especially since it's 20 handles, to see if you get the momentum play towards these equal highs. That's an option. The last thing I want to do is not have not a key level that we've hit, which I don't see it yet, that we've hit a key level. And if we were to stay here, if we were here and we just explode higher, the last thing I want is to take a loss because we didn't hit a key level. You know what I mean? Here's an inversion down. That's just too small for the 30-second. I did see that, but I'm like, it's too short. It doesn't make sense to go short right there because the close was so close to the targets. It made no sense. You would have been stopped out at break even already, following the rules. Well, folks, today's the last day. I am really excited. Last day. It is the final day. It is the last shot to get on the wait list, because those on the wait list starting next week will get access to, at the lowest price, the Purpose-Driven Trader Academy and the Discord that's associated with it. I'm super excited about that and the Discord. So I'm going to drop that in the chat here. I will be closing that probably sometime this evening, probably before I go to bed. I say midnight, but I'm probably going to change it before I go to sleep. So that will be probably this evening, 8 o'clock-ish. When do you live stream on Discord? Will you not have a lag anymore? Discord will remove the lag, but I'm not going to be doing live streams on Discord for my daily. I'll still be doing them on YouTube. But on Discord, we'll be doing things like weekly reviews. We'll be doing back testing. We'll be doing stuff like that within the community. The goal is to build a community. I like this breaker right here. I kind of want to take it. Right there. Let's see if it closes below this inversion. I'll look at taking that. We're already in such discount, so we're going to be very careful. Okay, no trade. I want this to stay under. I'm looking for a downside. I don't think we've hit a key level to the downside, so I'm looking for lower prices. Got a fair value gap here. I would not take a long on that. And Vega, the delay should only be about 5 seconds. Most of the trade setups that I share with people, we point out well in advance. Well in advance. This isn't a signal service. The goal is not to be a signal service. The goal is to be more education based. I'm seeing consolidation around here. I'm not looking to take anything right here. Again, I was green all week. I've reduced my size simply because it's been a fantastic week. And if I have a loss, I don't want it to be a big loss. So I'm going to reduce my size. I did a couple days on a single mini contract or 10 micros. So I'm back down to 5 micros for today. We are in the 10 a.m. macro at the moment. That closed above right there on the 1 minute. Could we have used this as the low, 11 a.m. low? It did sweep that level right there. That just, it's not significant to me, to be honest. Even if this isn't sustainable, you can probably get 10 handles out of a trade like this. I'm not going to take this long here. If I'm going to take it, I hope it doesn't close above it, to be honest. I want it to close underneath it. Alright, no close. Closed below it. That's what I did not want it to close above. It just was too stretched out, too big of a candle. We have a fair value gap, breaker, fair value gap. I like this. But we need to be careful. I'm not going to take it on a single drop. I'm going to look for a 1 minute change in state of delivery. I'm not 100% convinced we've hit our lows. So I just want to be careful. Way to go, Judas. Good trade. To be honest, this looks attractive. It'd be just close to discount or or premium. Right around equilibrium there. Let's see how this reacts here. I'm watching the 30-second for a 30-second change in state of delivery. Okay, it looks like we're getting that change in state of delivery. Looking for 10 handles, a push above this high. Okay, I'm gonna keep this a tight loss. Did it give me? It didn't even give me a high. It made equal highs. I wanted it to hit that high. I was shooting for that high. I think I'm going to close this, folks. It's at my stop loss. So took a loss there. I was looking for it to hit that high. It never gave it to me. Just wanted that 10 handles from that high. You can't give me equal highs. I'm interested in either this low or this inversion or this inversion. I like the idea of the long off this breaker. I did like that. That's why I took it. But because I took the long up here, breaker would be more of a... The drawdown was just too much and I didn't want to go excessively into drawdown. Do I take more of a punt on evals? Explain what you mean there, Tony. I have, yes. I don't have a problem taking more. Typically, I would do 2 to 3 contracts. I'm watching this inversion. We came up to this fair value gap, tagged this order block. This is one of those scenarios where I was interested in it going short, but I want to see it close. And if I'm wrong 2 times in a row, I'm happy to end my day. It's 9:56. This is why I'm willing to take this, because of the time. We got an order block. We got a swing low down here for a break even. Lows, and we got the opening range gap sitting right around this level here. Stops at break even. Let's see if we can get this push to the low. Gonna take that there. Let's see, did I get that at the 100 ticks? That would be really nice. Seems that I did. Got 25 handles on that, folks. Got me back green. Downside's the winner. Downside was the winner, a chicken dinner. Now that we tagged that opening range gap, I don't think that's the stop. We digged into that opening range gap quite a bit. The next, the low, the untouched portion of that opening range gap is sitting right. It's way down there. I mean, there's a lot of still more down room, I think. I'm just taking the obvious base hit win by grabbing the liquidity from that push lower, preventing a potential reversal. So, 1 for 1 today. No. Yeah. No. 1 for 2. 1 for 2. 1 for 2. Correction. And to kind of expand on your comment or your question, Tony, I don't need to take more risk on my performance accounts, because if I got 5, 10 accounts, you copy $100 day on, which is only 10 handles on 5 micros. It's $500. You try to do that every day. $500 on 5 accounts builds up pretty quickly over the course of a week. And then I go 10 accounts, you got $1,000. You go 20 accounts, you got $2,000 per day. So I mean, there's a lot you can do with just 5 micros. And what I've learned is I can't really size up until I learn to get rid of all of the other crap trades that I've taken in the past. I've gotten a lot better, but still, I'm not quite where I'd want to be. Look at it rejecting that order block right there. But I'll tell you what, if this 930 model keeps doing what it seems to show me it's doing over an extended period of time, and I want more data before I really do this. But I could literally just do 2 mini contracts on 930, copy it on all 20 accounts, and I could be done in within the first 5 minutes of the day. You could be done. Evan, the 930 model is for those joining the Purpose Driven Academy. So the link's in the chat if you want to check that out. It has already been recorded. All the details, all the rules are inside of the Academy. And I will be dropping that I'll be sharing the link, the sign-up link to get access to all of that on Monday to all of those on the wait list. So I'm excited. Because not only is it just that, but it's the community. It's the community that we're starting. So I'm excited about that. It's crazy how different it is to trade more than one account. Yes. I mean, because here's the thing. Let's say you get a 10 handle win. Let's say we get a 10 handle loss with 5 micros. That's minus $100. Minus $100 on one account. That doesn't hurt as much. But yes, you're copying it on multiple accounts. Let's say you're doing 20 accounts. That's obviously $2,000. But which is easier it's for whatever reason, subconsciously, it's easier to digest when I know on one account it's only $100 compared to on one account it being a $2,000 loss. Psychologically, it's completely changes the game. As far as your risk, how you view risk. Because, I mean, if I'm doing 20 accounts times 5, I'm technically I'm trading with 100 micros. That's 10 mini contracts. Can you imagine going 10 mini contracts right now on a trade? Hey, right now, go short 10 mini contracts. That's just nerve-wracking. I will tell you, the copy account era, this era of copying trades, I think is a big game changer for specifically the psychology of traders. Specifically psychology, trading psychology. It helps. It absolutely helps. Even though you know it's going on multiple accounts, when I see just one account, it's $30. I'm like, oh, and you know, it's really not that bad if I have a loss. They'll pay you more than $200 a day. They'll pay you more than $200 in a day. I've gotten bigger payouts than $200, and I've never had an issue. But I will tell you, typically my wins are anywhere from $100 when I'm on 5 accounts, 5 micros, to $200 to $400. Like yesterday, the past 2 days were amazing. I had many of my accounts over $400. Some were over $800. I mean, yesterday. I just felt like I couldn't lose. And after that, after I had another win, I'm like, I have to stop. I have to walk away because I know where this leads. The overconfidence leads to losses. And I was like, no, I got to get out of here. So I just left. I got up, closed everything, and walked away. It took just as much energy as it takes to stay off the charts when you have a loss and you want to go back and you want to fix that loss. It takes the same amount of energy and mental discipline to stay off the charts when you've won 5-6 trades in a row and you just want to take another one because it's like, man, this is too easy. Like, it takes the same discipline on both sides. So learning to walk away from the charts is such a huge lesson to learn. Is such a big lesson on both sides, on winning days and on losing days. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to exercise that discipline. No, Vega, it's going to be $150. No, it's going to be, yes, sir. You could easily, let's just put it this way, folks. You could get the course, the cost of entry for the Discord and the Academy covered with one trade. With whether it's an inversion, a breaker, or the 930 model, one trade will cover it. We are just dropping. Here's that 15-minute sell side. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am, Sandra. Yes, it will. Now, I will be including other things in there. Like, there will be a point in the future. I don't know when. And I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not hiding anything. There'll be some point in the future where I will stop doing live streams on YouTube and I will do them on the Discord. And then for the live streams, there will be a monthly monthly membership for those that want to do extra stuff. Anything extra, major extra stuff that I may build on in the future, there would be a potential associated cost with that. But for for the base community that I really want to build, it's going to be lifetime. Everybody's stay there, build it. And here's the thing about this. This is much bigger in my mind. This is much bigger. This is much bigger than just me. I want to build other traders to be able to have influence as well, to be able to have a voice inside this community as well. This is not about me. Look at where it stopped. Look where that candle stopped. Just take note. It could continue to drop, but my point is, look at the accuracy of some of that level. This could be just a sweep. I don't know if this is the low that they're targeting. It could be lower. ES still has some ways to go on the daily to hit their, here's ES. ES has a ways to go to hit its order block or to hit its breaker. So we could still see lower prices. So ultimately, in regards to the DTJ community, I want traders to grow and have influence. I want traders that want to have a voice, to be able to speak into other traders, because this is what this community is about. If you're joining just because you want to make money, then this isn't the group for you. There's others out there that will teach you to trade. But if you want to trade, you want to learn to trade, but you know there's more to trading than just making money. It's a financial freedom for kingdom impact. There's going to be an aspect that I want those that feel called to impact other people's lives to have a platform, a voice to be able to do so. Sorry about my camera. I don't know. I don't know what's been going on with my camera. So that's really what I want to see happen. Let's see if this works. I don't know what's been going on. My battery may be dead, so I don't know what's been happening. All right, so we hit that 15-minute level, and it looks at least like a retracement point. Let's see if it continues. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, folks. Sorry about this. Maybe no more camera. Judas, did you take that inversion short that we pointed out? Did you take that right here? Is that where you took that trade and then you held a runner? My mic is low too. How about now? Holding a runner from there, that would have been a nice trade. Yeah, it's days like this, and granted, I'm not thinking about that. I was thinking about Friday, just not wanting to walk away and end my day with a loss. That when you take a trade like this, leaving a runner on these can really cause be a nice day. Deborah, good morning. Sorry, my camera's out today. One mini runner. I tell you, one mini runner on 5-10 accounts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what's been going on with it over the weekend. This is not the first time it's been doing that. What happened, Deborah? You're green on the day. Way to go. Congratulations. That's a big deal. For those on the chat, congratulate her. That's a big deal. She's been working on that for a while. So now, Deborah, let me ask you how you're going to trade. What's your strategy on trading your funded account? Or are you going to leave it there and get another eval account? What's your plan? What's your well thought through, here's my plan type situation? You need to have one. If not, I could probably find 10 people on here that blew one of their first eval accounts in the first couple days. Me being one of those. When I first got my first funded account, I think I had it for 2 days, 3 days. Every time, here's the thing. Your plan is to relax. Great. Well, I need more details than that, Deborah. But here's the thing. Anytime you have, let's just say, here's where the best, you can't see me, son of a gun. I'm holding my both hands up at eye level. So, and I'm looking at my hands and saying, all right, assume that this is the peak you've ever been at. Every time when you hit the peak of your progress in your trading journey, you need to know how you're going to handle that next step, because every time you have to re-deal with all these emotions, this excitement, this euphoric nature of, wow, what is the possibility? Wow, the future's so bright. Wow, this is amazing. Man, if I keep doing this, I'm going to be rolling in the dough. Whatever, you name it. Every time, hands at my eye level right now, every time you make that next step beyond where you've never been before, you have to come up with a plan. And for me, it's always reducing size and reducing and being very, very cautious on my next trade, because I need to get that out. I need to get it out of my mind, as in like, okay, this is normal. I'm progressing slowly. I need to get out of that euphoric state of, wow, I've never been here before. This is brand new. I'm so excited, because it's in that state that bad things happen, unfortunately. We are dropping, just dropping. All right, let's see if this turns on. It might flash on, but I'm not sure if it'll stay on. Okay, there it is. Seems to be, I'm back, briefly. The only thing I was saying is, like, here's your levels. So when you have this level you've never been above, when you take that next step, you always have to be very cautious. You always have to be cautious. So it looks like this 15-minute sell side liquidity is nothing. Let's look over here. The only next one is this. This is the next big one right here. And then we have our new week opening gaps. This, if we hit these levels, this is where I think more than likely we will find support. In there. That's where I think we're going to have support. That's where I think we're going to find some type of support to push higher. Trade 1 micro, 100% on that, Judas. When's the next move? Honestly, I would be Vega. I'd be waiting till about 11. Between 10:45 and 11:15, that's when the next macro is, and hopefully we get down to and find some support in this area. But there's nothing here, and what could really happen is we do this, and then we just do this. And we slowly just maybe do one of these and then do that for retracement. I mean, what I marked out here is a real possibility, to be honest. If you think that this is the target down here, what you can do is the next time we hit an order block, like we did right here, is you can just take a short. Order block, we come back up into that order block, you can take a short. Take 10 handles, get out. Because if you look at all of these levels, all of them have respected the up close candles so far. Now, there will be a point that it won't. There will be a point that it will not respect it, and we just don't know when that is. So if you do something like that, you just got to do small size, manage your risk appropriately. It would probably look something like this. You would go short there, and you would close it if you hit the high of the order block. And if that's too much risk, then you go to the mean threshold of the order block, which is the middle of the body. So that's kind of the idea of how, if we have algorithmic instructions where we're just dropping and we're doing this slow grind lower, you will look and you'll notice all of these order blocks are being respected. Now you might say, well, what about this one right here? Well, it came back up to this order block right here. So order blocks are being respected over and over throughout price action as we're going lower. You can take those entries lower. You just got to be careful. I normally don't like taking them, but if I see an obvious target, I will take them. I just don't have an obvious target here. I mean, it could be this blue line right here. That's the 11 a.m. low from, or that's the a.m. low from November 6th. Oh, Ricky! Oh, I have that reaction because I can relate. I can relate. Just you. Oh man, I feel the pain. Those moments suck, but we learn from every single. As long as we're learning from the losses, man, as long as we can take away what did we learn from this loss, that's really what matters. That's really what matters. Deborah, was it a 50K or a 25K account? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've ever taken a trade on your phone while you're driving. Oh. Sandra, gambling issues 100%. I mean, if you're taking a trade while you're driving, you can't do, don't do it. I mean, I've made money that way too. It's just probably better, wiser not to do that. All right, so look and take note. Take note how we stopped just short of that level. That's significant. We could see a little bit of a push here now. I see this happen all the time. We'll stop just shy of the level, and then we get aggressive going the other direction. Now, how high? I don't know. We may come back, hit this. We may not. But I just know this is common. This is not a bad idea right here. I'm going to take just a small trade here, see if it will actually run for me. Because I need to get a little bit more. And this might be a fake out. Not a good close there. Come on, I needed to go above that high. Son of a gun. All right, looks like this will fail. Okay, failed. Both my losses have been going long. a sweep right there. We got these equal highs. Really no short there. I'm going to take one more shot here. I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking to myself, why am I taking this trade at 9:30? So I think I'm going to get out of this trade. Oh, now we're going to do it. Yeah, looking at the time is not when I want it to be. When I took that trade, I wasn't paying attention to the time. I don't think I would have taken that knowing that it was in between macros. Having a sweep of this would not be bad. Is there any way to have the ability to have the settings you have on your TV? Give me an idea of what you're referring to. Are you talking about like the time and everything? Like the previous day low, the London low? So the way I do it, instead of me telling everybody what those numbers actually are or what candle it is, whenever I talk, it will always be based on us having, if you look at the clock down at the bottom corner, we'll always be in New York time. We'll always be in New York time. So my local time right now is 9:30, 9:34, but the time here is 10:34 because that's New York time. So we will always, I don't do any shortcuts. I put everything on there manually. I do it manually because I want to see my levels. I want to see all the levels myself. I don't want to just have them on there automatically and not pay attention to them. Alright, so there is the stab below that level. Now, look how it grabbed that level. Look how aggressive it was. To me, this tells me this was a significant level on how it ran that low. Look at this 15-minute. When it came into here, yes, it did the same thing, but then it just wanted to keep going lower. So we want to see how we react to this level here. Now there are indicators that you can grab, Vega, if you want to do that. If you want to have them loaded automatically, there are indicators out there. I just don't use them. It's the Trump dump. Yeah, everybody is excited that he got elected. It goes to the moon, and then it's selling off, getting everybody thinking it's going to go higher. The news is talking about how we're at all-time highs, and then everything sells off. No, I have not, Judas, and I don't even know how you would look at that. I like these smooth levels here. I like this level here. Those you're talking about, like when if I select this box, I have this drop down right there, all of this. These are all templates that I have saved so I don't have to re-go and re-click everything. So right now you can see that this box is just a gray box. Well, I have a gray box that has a 1 minute fair value gap and a 1 minute inversion. So let's click this one because I want it to be an inversion. It will put the name and the hash marks on there for me. I'm watching the 1 minute, not the 30-second. Don't stop me out. Break even trade. That is still looks, I mean, if I'm honest, it still looks nice. I don't know what happened there. Five minutes till the market. I like this as a BPR. I see this as the low being put in, and this running for low resistance liquidity. But if we got a level, the level would be here. This 30-second did not close. This 1 minute technically is still in play. Like, you can't go short on that level. There's a nice 30-second inversion right here. I can't in my right mind go short on that. $20,500 daily volume, and it's working. I tell you what, the shorts are in play today, folks. If I have one of my least favorite types of trading days are days like this. I'm not a fan of these trending lower days. Close your eyes and hit sell on 1 micro, then go get 15 minutes later. Pretty much. I'm not a fan of these types of days, personally. Because everything in me would want to take a long right here, but every single long has failed. And we didn't sweep the liquidity down here, so it makes this not as good of a setup. So for the most part, I said I'm going to wait till 9:45, or excuse me, 10:45, and if a trade shows up, I might take it. I mean, I did like this, but I don't like that we didn't sweep the lows. So I'm not interested in that. Now, having an order block in here and a close above this order block, that makes this go from like a B minus to a B plus. Still need that close above, which would make it more attractive. I like that. Let's see if we can get the push here. Alright, got my position in. Let's see what happens here. Don't stop me out. Those shorts, though, those shorts are going for it. All right, so now that we grabbed that liquidity, it's 9:45, 9:47. We swept this low right there. Let's see what it can give us as far as an upside opportunity. Hey, I'm very new to your channel. I wanted to ask you, do you trade inversion strategy that explained in the video of the charts? Yes, I did. Yes, I do. We're looking at one right now. It would be right here if this gives it to us. Look at that low resistance. I'm telling you, it's setting it up for a push higher. There's a nice little breaker here. You can't take it. Don't be messing around with anything down here. We're just such in discount, man. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom. ES hasn't swept the recent lows. Seriously? Ah. There it is. I think you are correct in that. Let's see what happens when we sweep those lows, huh? Whoa. What just was that? Did you see that? Close above that 30-second. Interesting. $9.50. What kind of what happens at 10.50? What news happens at 10.50? I mean, nothing that is shocking as far as what happened. It was kind of a bit of a flash. Yeah, we don't have anything. Because of the 2 trades that I took to the upside, I am negative. I was green, and then I wanted to take one more trade because I wanted to get a certain level, and it didn't get it. So, I like this right here. ES still hasn't hit its low. Let's see if it wants to run it. Alright, ES is running. Come on, give me a little bit lower. I'm holding this for ES to hit that low. So I'm taking a trade on NQ, but I'm looking at ES for running that low. See if it will give it to me. Come on. Here we go. Come on. There we go. I'm going to take it there. We just made equal lows on ES. All right, that brought me back green. So I think I'm gonna be happy with that and not take any more trades. I don't want to mess around. That was just a slow grind lower. So the retracement that I took was this sweep of this liquidity right here and this. The close below that. Honestly, it was the most obvious trade that I took, and low resistance liquidity, we closed above it, closed below this inversion gap, and we're running lower. I'm watching ES. ES was right here. This is what I was watching because this is the level I wanted it to hit right there. But once we hit this low, that's when I sold it. Because I'm like, it may not. It could still retrace more. And I'm going to, it's a Friday. I want to be green. I don't care how green, whether it's a little or a lot. And right now it's little. But once ES hits this low, I think we have permission to potentially move higher. All right, so ES just hit its low. And look how it's reacting. Hits the low, and let's see if it starts pushing up the other way. At least to maybe this level here. We got a nice little breaker that's sitting right here. It came all the way up to that breaker, by the way. There's the breaker. Fair value gap here. Do we got one on ES or NQ? We do have one on NQ sitting right here. Just too much a discount. Trick, what's going on, my friend? There's a bullish breaker right here. Low, high, lower, low. To the tick inside the fair value gap. Happy Friday to you, my friend. we're pretty much done trading for today, folks. We're there's now just inverse that level. I would say I would not be taking that. I like the breaker idea better. But we also have this breaker here, so we're in between two breakers. I wanted to get above a certain level. I'm going to get a push right to there. See if it will give it to us. There we go. That's what I needed. All right. I have my minimum threshold. Okay. I did take that small breaker long. I didn't do it on screen. I said I was done. I wanted one more. I wanted to hit my minimum threshold for green. What do I mean by that? So I said I got back to break even, but on Apex accounts, Apex requires, they have an 8-day trading limit for you to be able to take withdrawals, and you have to be over $50 green on your account. So I wanted my account to be at least over $50, and so I took one more trade to get that. Got that. I am now closing the accounts. If you're green and you're above your threshold, whatever that number is, I would call it a day. We will see a retracement, guys. There will be a nice large retracement and everybody's going to freak out. When is it going to happen? I don't know. Quite frankly, I really don't care. I had a completely green week this week. It was great trading. Still lessons to be learned, lessons to learn from. I am going to be doing some back testing on, I don't know if I'm going to call it this, but I like the coining the term the law of first exposure for breakers. When a breaker is first hit, like, let me show, I'm going to do this real quick. Okay, I want you to look at all of these breakers that hit. Okay. Let's start at after 8:30. So here's our first breaker, high, low, higher, high. We come lower, and look what we do when we hit it for the first time. We reject it. You get 10, 20 handles out of that. Here's our next breaker. We come back up to it. Reject it. Run lower. Here's our next breaker. High, low, higher, high. We come up to it there. We come up to it a second time. We come to it a third time. But first exposure would be here. we run lower. Here's our next breaker. High, low, higher high. Overlaps with the 930 price. Here's the low of that breaker. Overlaps here, first exposure. You got a nice run. Here's another breaker right here. Fair value gap, low, closest to the top. Exposure, first exposure here. We get 10 handles. I think we may even get 20 handles on that one as well. 22 handles, yes. So you would have been able to get 20 points on that one. That then comes back up to this breaker again, rejects it. I don't do anything with this one because first exposure was this one. Here we got another breaker right here. Breaker, high, low, higher high. Why this one? We swept this external liquidity right here. Breaker, first exposure was on this wick right there. When it comes up into it, we get a more than 20 handle drop. The only one that lost for the day, we have another one right here. High, low, higher high. We also have this high, low, higher high. Overlaps the same area. Candle goes right there. Get 20 handles. The only breaker that failed was this one right here. High, low, higher high. And we run through it more than my stop loss would have wanted. We had 5 winning breakers. And when I'm seeing all of that, I'm like, this is ridiculous. There was 160 handles worth of profit in here. Insane. So I'm gonna start doing a back test. I'm gonna drop that in the Discord as well for anybody else that wants to do the back testing on that as well. You are welcome to participate in that. And obviously, for those joining Monday, you guys will be able to start doing some of that stuff in the Discord as well. So that's going to be it for today, folks. I'll tell you, last day for the sign up, last day for the waitlist. Join that waitlist if you want to join the Discord and the Purpose-Driven Trader Academy. Also, if you use Apex, code DTJ. I really appreciate it. But have a fantastic weekend, guys. Be blessed. Stay safe. Send me a message if you have any questions. I'll look at answering as many of those as I can. God bless you, and we will see you all on Monday. Take care, guys. Oh, Vega. Okay. You just got me just in time. What's up? I'll give you a second, and I'll answer whatever you got. Greg, have a good day, my friend. Richard, 10-4. Vega, yes, 100%. Yes, sir. That's included. That's the bonus to the course. So the course alone is great. Yes, sir, it is. Yeah, there is no monthly or extra cost for the Discord. The thing about the courses are great, but courses alone are not going to make you profitable. It's going to be the community that surrounds you and the support you get around that course that makes all the difference. And so that's why it's included as one of the bonuses. So, all included, all there. So, what will be the intent of the Discord? There's so many things I want to do on the Discord. It's impossible to try to put it in a few words. Yes, sir, it will be. This will be the lowest it will ever be. It will never be this price again. I'll be giving it to the general public on Black Friday, and they'll get a discount, but it'll be higher than what I will be giving to those on the wait list. So, all right, guys. God bless you. Stay safe. We'll see you all on Monday, and we'll see you on Monday in the chat, and in the Discord as well. God bless you. Take care.